As Terry Bossons for 60 are hanging with Frank Turner. He's about to go on the Be More Kind tour. Frank, are you raring to go?
Yes, very much so. It's been quite a while since I was on tour properly. We've had time off, me and my crew, partly because various people have started having kids and partly because we were finishing the new record. So everyone is gunning for it and very excited to be back on the road.
Yeah, you're playing a lot of dates and you probably get requested to play a lot of places by people who've seen you before. But is there anywhere you'd really like to play?
I mean, I'm quite magpie-ish about it, to be honest. I like playing places I haven't played before. I'm excited on this tour that we're getting back to Southend. I used to play Southend all the time in the early days, and I haven't been there for years. So we're ticking that one off, which would be nice. I'm aware that we haven't been to Stoke in quite a while, and I promise that we'll do something about that soon. And then I'm excited about I'm going to Mexico, in fact, this evening. So looking forward to getting out there. So yeah, and just basically anywhere I haven't really been before is exciting to me.
Isn't it wonderful to hear Stoke and Mexico mentioned in the same sentence?
Well, I'm glad to have broken new ground.
Yeah, definitely. When you're out on tour, especially across the globe, do you collect souvenirs or memorabilia or little keepsakes?
Little bits and bobs. I can't collect that much stuff because I have to carry my belongings with me in a suitcase. It's funny. Like sometimes people get a bit sad that I'm not that much of a vinyl guy, but the problem with it is that I can't take vinyl with me when I'm on tour. You know what I mean? But I mean, I collect St. Christopher's from around the world, and I started collecting challenge coins recently as well. So I've got little bits and bobs that I try and pick up.
The name of the album that's coming out in May and the tour is Be More Kind. Is that the message you want to put across, that we could all be a little bit more kind?
We could, myself very much included. It's important to me that anyone, any moment on the new album that sounds like there's sort of fingers being pointed, that I hope people understand that they're being pointed at me as much as anybody else. You know, I could definitely stand to take my own advice on some of this stuff.
Frank, have you ever heard of the Danny Wally spook? It's 365 random acts of kindness. It's one thing you can do every day to make somebody else's day.
I haven't actually, but that sounds like something I should get involved with.
Well, I have a challenge if you're up for the challenge, if you want to accept it, to take on one of these random acts of kindness.
Yes.
You don't know what it is yet, but this is the one I've chose. It's to pay for a stranger's meal. So you're out in a cafe or a restaurant, just go over to somebody you don't know, and just as you're about to pay, say, I'll get that.
I accept the challenge, and not least because sometimes people do that for me if I'm eating in a restaurant or a cafe or something near the shows. More than a few times in my life, I've sort of asked for the bill to discover that someone sitting on the other side of the room who's a fan has picked it up for me, which is incredibly generous, you know. And I sort of feel like if anyone's buying anyone food in that situation, I should buy them food because they bought a ticket for the show, you know. So it should be the other way around. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, that sounds like a wonderful thing. I will take you up on that, and the next time we chat, you can ask me how I did.
I definitely will. The song Blackout we were given to tease the new album, and I love it. It's a bit more of a club song, you said, and being an indie DJ, I love playing it.
I mean, there is a degree of sort of direct inspiration in there because I've been doing a bit of kind of indie DJing in the last couple of years, which is madness. Incidentally, I was very sort of surprised to be asked the first time around, but you essentially stand on a podium and get drunk and play records you like in public, so that's fine. But you know, well, and then the next thing is there was this interesting bit of politics. The first few times I DJ, I didn't play any of my own stuff because that struck me as pretty publicly narcissistic, but I found out after a while that people actually get a bit shirty if you don't play your own stuff. So I always drop one or two of my own songs, beginning and the end, something like that, and they sound fine in an indie disco kind of way. But in terms of an actual like club banger, you know, that's not something that I have in my collection yet. And I've been thinking a lot about dancing and about more electronic influences and loops and beats and stuff like that. So Blackout's the product of all of that.
Will there be more of the same on the album?
Yeah, I mean it's not the entirety of the record, but yeah, there's definitely kind of more of a flavour of that kind of thing coming in. I mean, my aim centrally really was to just do things I haven't done before, because this is my 7th album, and if there's ever a time to leap out of your comfort zone, it strikes me as now.
I saw on your Instagram page this week that Love Iron Song is 10 years old.
Crazy, isn't it?
I can't believe it. There's going to be 4 dates at the Roundhouse in May, and one of which you're going to be playing that album in full.
Yeah. Well, it's part of this Lost Evenings Festival. We did the first one last year, which was sort of an experiment. Me and my crew, you know, we booked the Roundhouse for 4 nights. We put a second stage in, took over some other venues, and just sort of rolled the dice, as it were, and everybody was blown away that it actually went quite well. Everyone's been very happy about that. And then now we're doing it again, and we've got a wonderful lineup. We actually today just announced the second stage lineup, and there's another. I think I'm right in saying there's about another. Hold on, I'm doing maths in my head. About 16, 20 more bands on the bill now for people to check out. All new acts that I'm excited about. So yeah, it's a really. I'm really looking forward to getting that one underway again.
So you've had a break from touring, you've had a bit of frank time. Are you going to be a bit more conscious of how you put on shows now? It's not going to be as relentless as it's been before.
Yeah, definitely. It's I mean, in my old age, he said at 36, that's ridiculous. But in my older age, certainly, my days of wanting to be the guy who's on tour forever, for always without a break, are sort of behind me. I want to tour. But I want to tour intelligently. I want to play the right places in the right order, rather than playing every single day for 5 years without a day off. Because I've done that, and it's fine when you're in your 20s. If you know what I mean. So, but yes, no, I'm the tour is where I'm comfortable, and I'm very much looking forward to getting back out there.
Well, we're all looking forward to the tour. The new album's out in May. Thank you very much, Frank.
It is always a pleasure, and I will do my best to get back to Stoke as soon as I can.
You better come back. You take care.
Cheers, man. Thanks.